Hey everyone, this is Jules. I have a project to share with you guys. This is a large tag that was cut from an AccuCut die. I actually have these die cuts for sale over on my blog. There's a couple different designs over there, but the basic design or cut has a scalloped edge and a hole at the top. It is, I'll put the measurement right on the screen because I don't want to get it wrong. So this is a Webster's Pages tag that I made for a friend of mine. Her name is Christina. She is on YouTube. I also put her name on the screen because I can never pronounce it right. But this is a large tag that I made for her as a gift. I've been wanting to gift her for quite a while, and I finally have the opportunity to do it. And so I'm trying to keep my voice down because my husband's asleep. It's kind of late. So let me see how I can get through this. I'm doing two videos. I'm doing the actual tutorial of how I made it, and then this one, which is just the intro, and I kind of go through over it with you and tell you what I used and stuff as best as I can. The paper collection that I used is Hollywood Vogue and Wonderful. So what I did first is that I painted the tag in a really pretty green, mixing a couple of different paints. It's this green here. It's kind of a sage green. So I painted it first, and then I did a collage, ripping up some paper pieces with different patterns. Like you'll see this peach one there, and then this one that has the polka dots, and some polka dots there. This black one back there. There's an actual paper doily from Wild Orchid Crafts in the background. And down below, I actually did use the same paper that's here, but it's pretty much covered because I covered it up. I didn't think I was going to use so much embellishments on there, but you can see a little bit of the black peeking through in the fence there. Now there's two fences. There's a peach one here that is hiding. Actually used it to create a dimensional kind of a feel for this this paper that I fussy cut back here. There's two little like planter column things there, but it had some gargoyles on top of it, and I don't really like gargoyles, and I don't know why I didn't just cut them off, but I left it there, and I ended up putting this director's clipboard thing on there. Because of the Hollywood Vogue, there's a lot of like film strip and these cameo heads, silhouette heads, and things like that. So I decided to go with cutting those pieces out, and so there's just a lot of things that I fussy cut. There's one of the 6x6 sheets that I took the right side and the left side of it so that I can have it on dimensionals and one on each side. So I did cut out a full like 8-inch piece, then I cut them in half because I was just going to use this piece here. I ended up using the other piece up here because I wanted something else up there too. So I wanted to go with this like theme of a wintry garden. That's why I'm using these little pine needle branches from Martha Stewart's Punch there. And so one of the main things that I really like about this tag is that I do a lot of whitewashing on a lot of my Shabby Chic projects, and I used gesso this time because it's more solid. It's not as watered down as acrylic paint. So you can see it here on the flower. It's just kind of a chunkiness to it. So and on the pearl up here. So I really like that. And so I used gesso all over. This is a Melissa Francis hanger. There's different sizes and different styles of these. So, man, I used tons of products on here, like Tiffany's little book paper roses. I bought those from her, which they look like this. They look just like this. And I just added some gesso onto them to give them some dimension and some color and some texture. And used tons of Wild Orchid Crafts stuff, like some laces on this little trim down here. The lace back there. I also used some of the crocheted flowers, and of course these little roses, the cherry blossom, and this carnation here. I also used a couple things from my friend's Art Fire store, Miss Lori. Her name is her YouTube channel name is More Art from the Heart, and she has sent me or gifted me with some of this beautiful vintagey looking twine. And it comes like this on this spool, and I believe there's 25 or 30 yards or something like that on this blister card. But it's so pretty. If you guys look at how gorgeous this is. It has a pretty texture, and it's all bumpy. I like that. So I used that. I wrapped it around the tag actually like 3 times. You can see it back there better. And I didn't think I was going to hide it, but I am hiding it just a little bit back there. And I tied a bow in the corner behind this little flower bouquet. I also wrapped it around my burlap flower that I am making, and I'm going to be selling those on my blog. And I just wanted something to dangle from that and to have the same kind of color and texture, so that's why I did that with her little fibers. And my little flowers look like this. And you'll see in my video, if you watch the tutorial, that I kind of pull them open, and it's glued down here, so I do pull it open to kind of just to make it look like it's blooming just a little bit. And so then I added some gesso on top and the pearl in the center, and has the frayed look on it, so it's really pretty. I also added some Webster pages trim around it to give a little bit more of a border and a little bit more color and a little bit more fullness to it. From Lori Star, I also used these little pearl sprays. She gave me a couple of bundles. This is a cream one, and I think she has a white one. But there's a link over on my blog to her store, so you can check out what she's got over there. I really like those. One of the other things that I used from a friend of mine is Miss Patsy's seam binding. Patsy is a Prairie Bird Boutique at Etsy, and she sells the most beautiful vintage seam binding, you guys. Just a quick display of what she has. Now, she hand dyes these, hand wrinkles them. She sells them in bundles, and she has cute little names for them. So she sells them in bundles of 3 normally. So I used this one. Actually, it's a little lighter color that I whitewashed, and then I added some gesso on there. I put the heat tool to it to dry it up, and it got all crispy and it's all hard, but it looks so stinking cool. I really like it. So I just hot glued it down there. I gessoed some chain as well, and some jump rings, and my garment pin, and this Wild Orchid Crafts butterfly, one of the newer ones that came out. I just did the whitewash. I don't think I did a gesso on it. And then I did a little bit of stickles on just to have a little bit of sparkle in there, just a tiny bit. This is the Melissa Francis teardrop pearl or gem. I actually linked the chains in between the hearts here, just a couple. Here it is, right here. You can see a jump ring right there. And on this side, and I had to have a little bit of it dangling on each side of it. And then it just have some chain hanging here so I can hang the garment. See, it's just looped. Added gesso to the pearl drop itself, and I love that. Love that. And in here there is a little metal initial, and it's a circle, and that is a Making Memories alphabet charm. They look like this. So I grabbed a C out of there, and I added some paint to it and some gesso to it, and so it's got that same blotchy of the white. Looks like snow, actually. This is a Webster's Pages button, and I added a Wild Orchid Crafts flat, one of the big pearls. I think this is a 6mm. Anyways, the link is over on my blog for that too. And the gesso around it so that it has that texture, and it just kind of defines the size and the edges and stuff. It doesn't disappear, you know what I mean? And that cute little charm back there, that locket charm, is from my friend Linda, and she is FaithChick777 here on YouTube. And she sent me some quite a bit ago. She sent me some flowers and some hearts and a little tag, says love on it. And actually it looks just like this one. It's all white, this white clay. So I just painted it and then sprayed some the old lace glimmer mist, and then I heat set it, and it got kind of dingy looking. So it defines a lot of the little crevices and details on it. So it's really cute. And the gesso did the same thing too, kind of give it a lift. So that came out so pretty. This is some cheesecloth that I had in my stash, and some feathers I had in my stash. If you look at it, I love that. I love how dimensional it is, how tall it is, how loopy, and I love to play with the paper like that and just to manipulate it. So they're all on dimensional, like stickers. You see that? Little foam stickers. You can see the little girl here is on foam stickers too, and all the way up here. So of course, if you add an angle, you could see it. Up here too, I cut out a chandelier from the paper collection and added some crackle accents to the I guess this is the light part of it. I punched a hole at the top here, and I added some of that same chain, just a piece from this right here. Added the chain here and just hot glued it behind this paper cut. Some of Lori's twine back there. Love that. Some of these little stamens from Wild Orchid Crafts, I painted it with some of the paints that I splattered. Actually, you'll see blotches, little spots splashed on the tag itself, and that was really fun to do. It's supposed to simulate like dry flowers hanging. That's what that's supposed to be. And Tim Holtz film strip. Oh my gosh, I thought it would just work for grungy projects, but oh no, no, no. This works for shabby projects as well. I was able to use some of the white paint dabber that I actually added onto my store for the glues and mediums and glue guns and things. It's on that post. So I used the white one. And this is the paint dauber, and it's the snow cap, so it's the white color. So I used a lot of it all over. And then I just did the edges. Or actually, when you, in the video, you'll see me just edge it all along both sides of the film strip. And then I added gesso on certain areas and then crackle accents. And you can see, probably see that there. So it's crackle accented on some of the gesso parts. Martha Stewart butterflies, of course. There's quite a bit on there. This little bouquet with some Alder Good Crafts flowers. And I added some Making Memories paint that was pretty thick. I just finger dabbed it on there, so it gave... I don't know, this look, I like the look of it. That's about it. This was so much fun to make. I also, from a ticket sheet that I had from Webster Pages, they sent me a coupon and it had all these tickets on there. Actually, this is one of them. From another one, I cut out the word friends. I used the same polka dot here, paper to cover the plaque that's on the hanger itself. And then I stuck the friends on dimensionals. Did the whitewashing and added crackle accents to it, so you can see how it is all crackled and distressed with some white paint. And then some butterflies here with some pearls from Wild Orchid Crafts. Did another little tiny bouquet with some cheesecloth sitting behind it, so it gives it such a beautiful soft look. Some of the stamens and some of the little sprays there. A couple of the little tiny little roses. Tied it with some of Lori's beautiful twine. Added another pearl there, and that just gave it just a perfect touch. To me, it looks really, really pretty, and I hope, Christine, I hope you like it. I love, love, love this project. This is one of my charms that I added here. Forgot that one. So that's my project, and so I have the video tutorial that I edited it, and it's about 20 minutes long because there's tons of stuff that I did and I cut out and stuff. So I just wanted to share that with you guys and separate the two so that you guys can have the choice of just watching this part or watching the other part where I do, you know, share how I put it all together. I think it's important to do that for newbies especially because, you know, we like to learn. Check out the detailed pictures over on my blog and let me know what you think. And there's a lot of links to the stores that I bought some of the stuff from, and links to some of the products that I carry that I used for this particular project. All right, you guys, that's about it, and I will talk to you guys later. Thanks so much for watching. Jule signing out of the Jule box. Bye, everybody.